back again. Shady's back. Hello, friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah, I don't have that sound in my head now because I typed I'm back. Hello, hello. So, we had the fucking best time as a family that we have literally ever had, ever, as a family, ever. We never had that much fun on any of our RV trips across the country. We never had that much fun on anything that we've done since we've moved here to Oregon together, because like when we did our RV trip across the country, Josh and I were married, and we were literally had been married for like, you know, years and years and years and years and years by that point, and we were like so fed up with each other. And so like, and he was like really pissing me off, and like just it was just a really struggle. But so, and we've never been on a trip, we haven't been on a trip since we like got separated. And then like we hated each other for the first 2 years that we were separated. Well, he hated me, and I just was like, you know, I love him, but he's acting like an idiot right now, so I just can't have anything to do with him. So for like 2 years or 3 years after we separated, and then now we've been like great friends for the last 3 years. So I think it's been about 5 or 6 years since we got separated. But anyway, so this is the first time that we have ever just had like a great time. And Josh and Elliot both rubbed my shoulders last night. It was so nice. We had such a good time. So anyway, let me tell you where we went. So I convinced Josh to go, you know, in on this with me, because like obviously it's like a little bit expensive, but we rented a car and we went to Seattle, and I took Elliot to go see we went to Tacoma, and we went to LeMay's Car Museum. And I took Elliot to see, like, he got to see literally like 500 different specialty cars. I'm telling you, for 5 hours, this child was running in circles, looking at all these cars. It was just such a blast. I have like I've already gotten like kind of a video, like a little like, I don't know, it's just like a video like how I normally do, where I just like put like little bits of video from each moment and kind of, but there was so much video footage that it was still a 20-minute long video without really much descriptions or anything, just like what we did. And then today we did the Titanic experience in Seattle, and then we went to the Pike's Market and we watched like them throw fish for a minute, and then we did the gum wall, and Elliot had found a pack of bazooka gum, and so he had this gum and he brought it, so because he wanted to go see the gum wall in Seattle. He was like, so like that's what he wanted to do in Seattle. And so we walked from the Titanic experience on like Alaskan Way to the gum wall. It was like maybe a half of a mile, and we chewed up our gum, and then we put our gum together on the wall all together. So the three of us are all together forever on a gum wall in Seattle, and it's so cool. It was such a good trip. We had such a good time. We had just like, dude, literally when I tell you, so Josh is like always like frustrated / amazed at how like when things like when I'm driving or when I'm like towing something, how I always get the best parking spots. I always get like a clear pull out, so I don't have to like sit and wait 5 years to pull my big vehicle out on maybe a hard left turn, you know, like a hard to do left turn somewhere, like out of an like a shopping center or something. I always get like the perfect timing, best parking spot. So he remembers that, but he had forgot or whatever. But when we got to Seattle, yo, I shit you not, I pulled up to fucking this Titanic experience, and it's right in downtown Seattle, like super downtown, like right next to the fucking Ferris wheel. And the place that we parked across the street from was called Elliot's Oyster Bar. First of all, can I just, okay, cosmic. But anyway, we got front row. I found a parallel parking spot that was just the right size for the rental car, literally at the front door of the Titanic experience. I literally can't make this shit up. And like, it was just like, we pulled up and it was just like, oh, there's front row parking right there. All right, cool. So we didn't have to worry about our car getting broken into, because it was right there at the front door of the Titanic experience, right where the fucking security person was. Which we were paranoid about, because like obviously it's a rental car, we're in a strange area, we've got all of our luggage and stuff in there, and I got medication, you know, just like all kinds of shit. So it was just like stressful a little bit to, you know, to deal with, and or consider, you know, the fact that we were gonna have to park the car. We wanted to do the Ferris wheel and stuff, but I just couldn't afford it after everything. Like, it was just, I'm like totally just like absolutely just super duper tapped out now financially at this point. But that's okay, because I had a fucking great time with my kid. We had a great time, Josh and I, together. Like, it was just like fun, and there was like no, you know, we did not fight, not once. Elliot, you know, the only time like Elliot even got in trouble or anything like that was yesterday after he ran through the museum. And like, so there's this like family area of the museum where it's just like a bunch of interactive stuff. You'll see it in the video that I post. But there was like a pinewood car racing thing where you just like set up different weights on this car and you just like race against other people, just to like, you make these little tracks. And then there's like a car that you could sit in and you could like start it up. It was like a Model T kind of situation. It wasn't a Model T, it was something like that, old-timey car with like a crank on the front of it, and like it made all these sound effects and did all this stuff. So he met this kid that was like 12 years old or something. His name was Arthur, and Elliot and Arthur literally played in that area together, dude, for probably 2 hours. And then another kid came up, and like they were all three playing, and it was just like they were having so much fun, just like being boys at the fucking car museum. And then towards the end, we just decided, okay, we're gonna leave, but we're gonna like take the long way out so we can kind of do another loop around the museum before we like actually exit. And we bumped into his friend Arthur again there. And so then him and his friend were like running from exhibit to exhibit, like, oh my God, do you know about that car? What do you know about that car? Dude, it was so awesome. It was such a good time. We had such a great time. It was the best fucking trip. Literally, it was the best trip ever. We had such a fucking good time. And like, I wanted to go by and see Barefoot, but we were late as fuck. I had to get the rental car another day, and like they tried to charge me for 2 days and stuff, and like it was this fiasco. We just tried to return the rental car, so we called the rental car place today, and we were like, okay, so we were supposed to bring it back this morning. And so we called them 7 o'clock this morning, and we were like, whenever they opened, and we're like, hey, we just want to extend it until today, but after hours. Like, we're just gonna take a few more hours than we planned. And the guy was like, oh, okay, so it's like $200 or something like that. And we're like, what? That was more than the original rental fee, just to extend it for a couple of hours. And the guy was like, oh, well, whatever. We'll honor the original price the guy told you. That's fine. We'll just cut it down. So it's $97, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. So then he's like, okay, so where do we drop off the car for after hours drop off? And he told us the location to drop it off after hours. We just went to go drop the car off, and the fucking place is all fucking blocked up, and you can't drop nothing off. And the only place that you can drop it off is somewhere damn near where I live. So we couldn't drop the car off, and it was already getting dark. It was sketchy as fuck. Josh can't see to drive at night, so we had to get one of his neighbors to drive us. And so then we were like, there's no way we're getting this old man to drive us all the way to that fucking area of town this time of night. It's just not happening. So we're just gonna have Josh is dealing with the whole rental car first thing in the morning, so I don't have to worry about it. It's in his name anyway, so it's fine. So everything is good to go. But you guys, oh my God, we had such a good time. I'm so happy. I'm just like on cloud nine. And also, so this week is gonna kind of be a stressful week for me. I have to try and this job that I've been working on or whatever, I've got to like really like punch it and get it done this week to get the painting finished at that house. And since I'm pretty much the only one like, you know, really working other than what my boss can do with his bad back, you know, it's just been taking a lot longer than it was supposed to in general, the job. But so tomorrow this coming week, I'm gonna try and get that shit done, and then it's like bus time. Like, once the painting is done on that house, I'm gonna be actually trying to do both this week, get the bus cleaned out some and get the painting done. But you know, I'm only one person, so there's only so much I can do. But I need to get I hope I still have some money left over so that I need to get like one of those suits where you have a respirator and like you're all up in the suit, because I just really do not want to get like rat stuff on me again. That was really like stressful for me. And my doctor brought up this like virus called hantavirus, and you catch it from deer mice. And it was crazy because like literally my doctor brought it up to me that morning, and after I told her like, oh, I got my bus and it was like full of rats and da-da-da, and she's like, you need to be completely covered when you are in that bus. And I was like, oh, well, that's a bummer, because I was like driving it for like 8 hours with like no coverage or anything, you know, just like straight raw dogging it. And she was like, okay, well, she's like, you need to be monitoring yourself for these symptoms. And she's like, you can get hantavirus, and there's other bacterial infections that you can get from breathing that stuff in, and it's in the urine and the feces. And I was like, oh, well, I'm fucked if so. So then she told me about hantavirus, right? And then literally fucking 5 hours later, I'm watching live on YouTube the autopsy report from Gene Hackman, who died recently, like the actor Gene Hackman. Literally, they died from hantavirus. I'd never heard of it before in my entire life. Like, maybe I probably had, but like it's not something that was like in like the zeitgeist of my mind, you know? Like, it wasn't something that was just like in the ether of constant, you know, whatever knowledge. It was, you know, it was there maybe in the back somewhere. But anyway, so I was just like, wow, that's really weird that my doctor brings this thing up, and then completely unrelated, I was watching it live. It's not like she could have watched the fucking report and then like a bit thought about it and then told me about it. It's not like that. She said it, and then I watched the live coroner, you know, press release, and they were like talking about how they died from hantavirus. And I was like, oh, fuck me, dude. Is that God, like the universe, like doing that thing that it does where it like is warning me? So I've been like stressing out about it, and I do have some like early symptoms, but I also have been sick, and I accidentally at the museum, not today, but yesterday, we got food there. They had like fucking meatball subs and like Philly or Parmesan chicken sandwiches, these hot sandwiches, and I put like powdered Parmesan cheese all over my meatball sub, and I actually breathed in some of the Parmesan cheese, and so I've been having like issues in my like like I feel like there's something there, but is it hantavirus or is it the Parmesan? You know what I mean? And like things like that happen to me when it's important for me to have that in my like knowledge or whatever. If I'm about to go through something, or if something's about to happen to me, it'll show up like that, like randomly in 2 different or 3 different places. So that's got me a little bit nervous. So I have to be very, very mindful. I just did I had a conversation with ChatGPT about it, asking like what kind of symptoms I should be monitoring for, and like if I start to feel like a band around my chest, kind of like lung pressure, I need to go to the hospital immediately. But if I start to develop a fever in the next like week or 2, I need to go to the emergency room immediately and let them know that I've been exposed possibly to hantavirus. And so I'm just like, and it's not, you can't spread it or anything like that, so it's not like I could like give it to another person or anything like that. It's literally just from contact or breathing in fucking mouse and rat droppings, and it is the most disgusting fucking thing on the planet to me. I literally hate food in my space. I hate like obviously mold and mildew, like where water damage could be, and I hate pee and poop. It is like what I hate the most, okay? And like when you have like cats or dogs and children, it's just, that's all that they ever want to do is just like drop food and step on things and track it in. And it's just the most stressful thing ever. I have only had animals like this for the last like year or 2 years. I never had animals before because I didn't want to deal with poop and food and stuff like that. Having to take an animal out and deal, not interested. Then I got that fucking land, and I needed a dog. I needed a cat to hunt fucking rats and mice to keep them out of my house, and I needed a barn cat. And so, you know, Selkie, I found her at just exactly the right time. And then I needed a fucking protection. I needed an alarm system outside that would guard us from, you know, the boogeyman. Living out woods by myself, had to get a dog. So I got a dog, and then like my whole situation changed. So I no longer like technically, well, I mean, I still need the cat for sure, but I don't technically need my dog anymore. But like, he's my son. What am I gonna do? Like, there's no getting rid of like that dog. Like, he's like a part of the family, and it would psychologically damage him to rip him apart from his family. you know? And so, like, it's my responsibility to take care of him, and that's just all there is to it, you know? I signed up for it, and dogs have lives that I knew that, you know, they have a lifespan of a certain amount of time, and so I've committed to taking care of him until he is, you know, unable to take care of himself, and then I'm going to take care of him as best as I can, carry him in a fucking sling if I have to. But, you know, when he gets old and stuff, but it's stressful when life is current like it is. Can't wait for my bus to be all cleaned out, though. I tell you what, dude, that's going to be some pretty fucking cool content, because now, not only do I have Adam, but my boss also said, like, he would, like, basically stand there and cut the wood for me and tell me how to do it all myself, so I can remodel my bus, and I'm going to be able to do it by myself. So I'm going to be back on my bullshit of being, you know, bus bitch, which is awesome, because, like, I swear sometimes I've had to stop following some people on social media that have that do bus life or have remodeled their buses or in the process of remodeling their buses, because it starts to, like, make me, I start to get jealous, and I start to get hateful energy about me, and I don't want to, like, wish any kind of, like, bad juju on these people because I'm being a hateful bitch, you know, or a jealous, you know, selfish person. So I have had to stop following some creators so that when they pop up on me, I don't accidentally put the evil eye on them. So you know, like, if even if you love someone, you know, or whatever, if when you see their content it doesn't make you feel good, you need to unfollow them, not just necessarily for your own good, but for them too, you know? It's never good to, like, hate watch people. It's not good for you or the person you're watching. It's just really not. And I think it's important for us to, like, use social media as a curation. Like, we curate your social media for your own manifestation and your own, like, vision board. So, like, I don't like to follow people that I, like, roll my eyes every time I see their content. And it's only because of the place where I've been, where I didn't get what I wanted. It's totally a me thing. It's nothing to do with them. It's a me being judgmental and, like, sad about my own situation and being a pouty bitch, you know? Do. I cannot freaking believe how good of a stinking time that we just had. I'm, like, so happy. I don't think I've ever seen my kiddo, like, so happy so I surprised him. He had no clue where we were going. Like, he thought that we were going to Seattle because I had to do a job, and that they were just going to be stuck in a hotel pretty much the whole time, and they were just going with me because I was afraid to drive all that way by myself. And that maybe we would be able to, like, do a walk around downtown or something like that while we were in Seattle, but don't count on it kind of stuff. That's, like, pretty much what I told him. And, like, I never lie to Elliot, so, like, that was, like, I know it was, like, a lie for a good reason, and Elliot and I had a conversation about it afterwards, but I've never lied to Elliot before. So, like, when I told him the truth, and I was like, I told him right, I was like, listen, I just want to tell you, like, when we got to the hotel in Tacoma, I was like, okay, I just want to tell you, now that we're really here, and now this is all really happening, I want to tell you the truth of why we're here and what we're really doing. And then I was, like, immediately like, listen, I just want to apologize for lying to you. And I'm not saying that, you know, lying to you for any reason is good, but I really wanted to surprise you, and, like, I wanted you to feel the excitement of such a big surprise, you know what I mean? And he kept saying, like, Mom, he's like, that was the best lie literally ever. You know what? He's like, I'm not mad at you for lying at all. He's like, he's like, if you're gonna lie, he's like, that's the kind of lie to do, I tell ya. It's because I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling so happy, Mom. And what was it? Like he was like almost crying. Like he was so full of joy when I told him that we were going to the car museum. Because, like, you know, that's his fucking dream come true. Like, the Titanic was really, like, the Titanic experience. He was so well behaved. Like, the Titanic experience was like a real, like, it wasn't a run around and be a kid like the car museum was. It's big, wide open, and you're allowed to run and have fun and, like, jump around. And there's a whole kid family area that you're supposed to be interacting with in, like, a playful, rough way. But, like, you know, it's a place for boys. But, the Titanic exhibition was really like glass cases everywhere, artifacts and shit, you know, and we had to wear these like headphones that you like control these like it's like a guided tour, but like a private tour, because you have these like sets on. And so he was like so well freaking behaved, and he was like our little tour guide. He was like pointing out all these like details that I was gonna miss, that I would miss, you know, because he's at a different eye level than I am. So he was able to like see things that I didn't see, and it was just like really fucking awesome. And we had the best fucking time, and I'm just so thrilled like that I got to do that for my kiddo. Plus my ex-husband like literally owes me now. It's so awesome. And not in the sense like he like, oh, that motherfucker owes me, but like he owes me now. Dude, I don't have my brights on, man. Why are you flashing your brights in my eyes? Jerk. Oh, that was interesting looking. Oh gosh, I just had such a good time. I'm so happy. Anyways, I'm gonna go, guys, because I want to listen to a YouTube video on the rest of my drive home. I've still got about another 40 minutes to drive myself back to my house, so yeah, I'm gonna skedoodle, and I shall I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe sometime. I don't know. Look out for the videos. I'll edit some footage, maybe a little bit tonight, and maybe post some clips or something. I've got like I said, a 20-minute video of just like clips and stuff. And oh man, there's like a 5-minute in the 20-minute video that I'll post with clips and stuff. There is so Elliot did this freaking like it was a driving simulator, like a race car driving simulator that you sit in, and like, you know, you like move as the gears shift, and as you like hit the grass, it like shakes your seat and shit. Anyway, dude, Elliot was racing. He chose a Ferrari on like a Formula One track instead of like a drive through the Scottish countryside or whatever in a Nissan. But anyway, so dude, he got the like 4th highest score of the like week or whatever at that place. He did better than 95% of the adults that go in there and do those races. He scored like 53 seconds, or it was like 53 or 55, I can't remember, seconds on his lap. And that was like apparently like for what he was doing, that thing he was doing, it was like apparently a really good time. And the fact that he was 9, it was like an exceptional time. Dude, when you watch this video, he did so friggin' good. I edited in that 20-minute like clip video the entire thing of him. Another video that'll be like 5 minutes long of Elliot just doing the racing simulator, because it's like I'm so proud.